Hello and welcome to the next episode of Envoy, uh, where we pick up from what was probably one of the funnest D&D fights I've ever uh, had the privilege of running. It was
Hell
really
yeah.
close. It was fun. Um, Dice don't usually work out to make things so close in D&D. They either usually go one way or the other in a very merciless way. So I was very happy with. I wanted that to be a tough fight. I'm very happy it was. Uh, we pick up with the aftermath as the last of the assassins fell. Both carts and their horses in dire straits, to say the very least. As our party begins to pick up and begin to make sense of what the hell just happened. And with that, why don't we jump into very brief introductions? Starting with, why don't we talk about each of the four characters in case someone's chiming in for the first time? We'll start with Draxos.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nadine. You can call me N. You can find me on the internet as GM of Revan. My character is Draxos. They are a tiefling of a sort. They are kind of like a mercenary for hire. They're just out here doing what they need to do. They prefer good money over blood money, so that's who Draxos is. Currently, Draxos is barely hanging on with 3 HP and a dream, um, and has a lot of words, perhaps, to speak to certain things and people. Mind you, there's a lot of stuff that is about to go down, and I'm super excited to see what kind of chaos is going to happen in this session. Thank you very much for having me here, Bob.
We can't hear you if you're talking, Bob.
Well, let's go to Jai Chinora next. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
just for those, just to clear this, I am recovering from like a pretty bad chest cold. Um,
I can hear.
I sound way better than Wednesday. So
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that is huzzah then.
Yep. So, hello everyone. My character is Jai Tenora. He is a soul knife rogue. And he is a bit of a charismatic individual. He's a member of the Lions Guard, so he's a member of the Queen's elite bodyguards. And when he's on duty, he's a bit of a hard ass. Tends to be a bit of a perfectionist. When he's off duty, he's a chill, laid back kind of guy. So, and I'm also very happy to be part of this campaign.
Excellent. Happy to have you. We'll go to Lysindra next. Lysindra Cardithis.
Hello, Lysindra Cardithis. I am Faye. Bit of a military brat, daddy's girl, accidental arsonist, trying to get that promotion. We'll see how that goes.
Indeed, indeed. And last but not least, we've got Arvich.
Yeah, my name is Daniel, also go by Orbital, and I'm playing Arvij, who is a little bit of a wizard, having a little bit of fun. He's just here trying to make his way and, be able to survive and able to get some revenge, hopefully later on down the road, but can see a little bit into the future, not so much as he would like, but he's just doing his best to keep the people that he I guess he treasures or he cares about alive.
Awesome. Okay. Well, with that, I'm sure there's a lot of questions, and the only way to get those answers is to play the game. So let's play the game. You all are exactly where we left off. All of the opponents are down, so we can kind of move out of. We can kind of move out of rounds, but we'll probably still move in like a what is everybody doing kind of fashion. So let's bring the camera around, and we'll start from closest to furthest. Now, I think we had Faye had just been, or Lysindra, you had just been brought back by, because you were unconscious. You were brought back by, sorry, my brain, Verant. This guy.
Yeah.
He just
And I saw that the queen was not the queen.
Indeed. Dressed like the queen. Certainly exactly the same clothes you saw the queen wearing earlier when she presented herself. But not the queen. A changeling instead, in her place. A bloodied and unconscious.
Bloodied and unconscious. Bloodied and unconscious and not the queen. I am going to try and wake them.
Okay. All right. So what you just did will give her a shot. Why don't you give me a test medicine for me?
Oh, no. Probably not.
Ugh.
Okay. That is fair.
I'm gonna look around and guys,
Yeah.
kind of pull a Goonies. Hey, you guys.
Jai is immediately dashing over.
Okay, I just
What?
want yeah. Before we go,
Yeah.
I just want to check in with everyone. So Jai's dashing over. What is Arvich doing at this point?
I see my party member. We're all doing okay, right? Like we're alive. We're moving.
Everyone's alive. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
doing okay.
Yeah.
Drastos looks pretty roughed up.
I'm going to on this side. I'm just gonna start looting these guys one by one, see if I can find anything of use.
Do you remember how many hit points I got from that?
I believe with just a basic like medicine to pull you out of death saves, I think it just brings you to 1.
Yeah,
Isn't
you're
it?
just alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll get back to you on that in a second as you start to look through them. And we'll go to Draxus real quick to see what you're doing.
Right. Ugh. Right. Well, I'm just gonna cast some Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. Perfect.
Gonna expend that use of a spell. Ugh. Yeah. Not one of the best ideas. Not. Why? Okay, so I did cast it. Okay, I'll just do that, DM. Nice. 7 points of healing.
Awesome. Okay. Now, as Jai dashes across, do you still have enough for an action here? I think what you're realizing is you kind of turn her over, as there's a pretty significant wound in her midsection and she's bleeding a lot.
Okay. Jai does. Okay. Did everyone get a potion or not? I don't actually remember.
No.
Okay.
The NPCs had some potions, or at least.
I'll just look around. Do we save her? Whatever the hell this thing is.
I don't have a clue.
We need information out of her. Jai's going to attempt a medicine check.
Okay.
As well. Attempt to stem the bleeding a little bit.
You'll see, and both of you that are close in this proximity, you can test insight checks as well.
Insight checks on who?
Veront.
On Veront. I will do the insight check first, I guess. Then.
Yeah, just real quick. Like it's a arguably it could have been a passive, but
No.
I
Lysandra's
think
busy.
Lysandra's staring at the floor or something. I don't know.
Lysandra's staring at the gaping wound on the
Yeah.
changeling.
Yeah.
Jai, you get a very authentic and sincere look of astonishment on Veron's face. He's just staring at, like, normally he's quick to respond, quick to act. When you ask that question, what should we do? He says nothing. He just has his mouth like partially open as he stares in wonder and
Seeing that I saw that Highwell over here was dead, right? Like he's like fucking like.
you have
like
to go
dead.
over to take a look to verify.
Because if I'm okay, because he was a bit far away, so
Yeah.
I mean like.
He's not moving, and you saw the fireball go off in that direction.
Okay. What are you just standing there for? Help me! I will point. I will look to Veront and be like, "Get off your ass and help me."
Okay. And then what are you doing? Are you?
I'm
gonna
going to
make-
try to stem the bleeding of the of this changeling. Least we can do is get some information out of it.
He does not apparently have medicine, so he cannot assist you in this roll.
Okay, I don't either, but that's a 19.
Still 19. I think you're able to apply pressure to the wound. That's about all you know to do.
Mhm.
And then
Draxos, get over here!
Yeah, working on it.
Veront says to Lysindra, there might be potions. Check her things in the carriage. What's left of it?
I begin to go through her stuff.
Okay, let's give me like a. Do you have investigation?
I do.
Okay, give me an investigation roll at advantage. It shouldn't be very hard.
I can do that.
All right. Yeah.
Finally.
You find a couple of potions of healing. 2 specifically. Going back real quick, I just want to make sure like I'm timing this. So Arvid, you find let's see here. Oh, didn't mean to do 3. Meant to do 2. You find 6 vials of filled with a dark liquid, small little vials. You'd guess, given the smell on the blade, that this is what the blades were, what poisoned the blades tips. So, likely a poison of some sort. You also managed to get their serrated daggers. So they're daggers with a serrated edge to them, which offers an additional sort of feature if used, where they can, well, is what they were using on you, basically. I can get you what that does if they're used by anybody. Finally, they are all wearing studded leather.
Rolling studded leather.
Yeah.
All right. I might once we get this taken care of, I might pick up a couple of those daggers to use for myself.
So real quick, so I'm going to gather. There are 4 serrated daggers, correct?
Yeah, correct. 4.
All right, so 4, and I'll hang on to those, and then the armor as well. There's 4 sets of studded leather.
Correct.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well, sorry. In the ones you check.
Yeah, only 4 so far because I've only gotten 4.
Yeah, there are 5 more over here.
And they didn't have anything else on them?
No. Very clearly, you know, that's not true.
Yeah.
They probably had some very minor rations, like enough to.
I'll take those as well. I'll take.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
4 rations maybe total.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Like 1 day worth of rations, effectively,
Okay.
because that's all they intended to be out here for. So.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So Jai, you can see that she's still like almost like too injured to really speak or whatnot, but she is back to like you've stopped her death saves.
Okay.
Effectively.
Let's get these potions shoved down our throat.
Do you wanna give her both or one? What's your thoughts?
Just
there?
one for now. Lysandra?
Can I have the other one?
Say that again?
May I take the other one?
Go ahead.
Right. So I'm just confirming here what they are. They're just the minor ones, like the
Like the
potion
2d4
healing.
plus 4?
Yeah.
Or 2d4 plus 2, sorry.
Let me see. Inventory. There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll get one click for her,
Ooh, that's good.
and then you can click the same healing button if you want. Lucinda, if you're taking the other one. If it
There's
lets
a button I can.
Yeah, see the potion of healing description right underneath it. There's a button that says healing. Maybe it doesn't show you that.
That's only for you.
Okay. Just 2d4 plus 4 plus 2 then. 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. Nice.
Ooh, 9.
Well, 9. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go out of rounds now. I just wanted to do the rounds because of the death save risk there. So
Gotcha. Alright. I will walk over to Drex not Drexus to Arvid and be like, you mind if I cop a couple of those daggers?
There should be more, right? There should be a few more on the others.
Actually, no.
I'm
Good
mostly
good
making
point.
a
I'm gonna
stockpile at this point.
go investigate these two over here that are next to, and also Highwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I check on Highwell?
I'm checking on him as well.
Okay.
And I let everyone know. I'll be bringing all this stuff back for right now.
Mhm.
Like I'm just gathering.
While they're checking on that, I will pass by. Draxos will pass by. I'm like, I'm here. Sorry, it took me a minute. I had to get my breath. He's gonna look over at Ferrant. He wouldn't know what Arvish knows, so he's gonna say, "Hey, boss, are you doing all right here?"
what the hell is she? Who the hell
I don't
is
know.
She's a changeling.
Changeling.
I don't know what the hell it's doing here,
Mhm.
but the reason why we shoved the potion down her throat is to get information from her. And we are not leaving here until we know why she is here.
I agree with that. So that's not the queen. Ferrant, have you checked in on your friend there? Want me to go check on him?
I'm going to restrain the queen while they're unconscious.
she? Gotcha. So you're gonna restrain the queen. We have
The changeling, not the queen.
yeah, the quote
Yeah, the
queen.
changeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jai, you're going over to check on Highwell. Draxus, who are you referring to when you say friend?
He's gonna wait until everybody's kind of situated. He's just kind of keeping eyes and tabs on things. But I wanted to check in on Nakash.
And Arvid, feel free to move your token about freely as needed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And I'll probably check out the bots and see what the heck happened to them too.
Yeah. Noted. Do you have do like an arcane test? While you're doing that, Jai, we're gonna go to you. You come over to Highwell. You see him just absolutely charred, and you see a very, very, very shallow breathing. I'm gonna be honest here.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead. He failed
Yeah.
his death saves while everything was going on. But I wanted to give you he has a couple of seconds left before he passes, kind of thing.
Yeah. Jai will sort of like go to him and then just sort of like grasp one of his hands and be like, "You fought well, old friend. Time to rest."
Protect the queen. And then his eyes go straight. The life leaves him.
By the way, do we still need the music that's going on right now?
I can turn it down.
Okay. Just cause. Okay, there we go.
Trying to find
Alright,
the
well,
lowest setting possible for it.
yeah. I'm also going to check out these two assassins that are next to Highwell. I'm gonna investigate them. Stuff.
You can always, I think you can also turn down your own settings if the music's too loud for you too, by the way.
It's not that it's too loud. I feel like that it's a little with
Epic?
what the current
Yeah.
it's a little epic for what is effectively a lull in
That's
the
fair.
activity.
I don't know if I ever put anything else on here. I don't know if I did. This might be all I have. I thought I put another one on here, but I don't see it. Anyways.
Yeah, because I can't pause it. I don't think.
Yeah, well, let's do that for now.
There we go. Okay. All right. So I'd like to search these two guys. Maybe try to find some of that poison that they had on them, and as well as their daggers.
Okay. Yeah, you find another vial of poison out of the. Actually,
One more
hold on.
vial of poison.
I'm just gonna check. There's gonna be 3 amongst these 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will just grab all of that. I'm not sure how I'm going to add that to the I'm not sure how I'm going to add that to my like person, but we'll see. And then do I find the 2 serrated daggers that I was looking for?
There are 4. Each
There's
of them
4 of
has
them?
one. Yeah, each of them has
Okay.
one. So,
I'll use 2 of them. These are like a D6, right? And they have like a special effect on them.
correct.
All right. So these will be more effective than my normal daggers and also my psychic blades at this point. So I'm gonna start using these instead.
Okay.
Also, I could poison these. And then lastly, I'm going to check Highwell. Any keepsakes he might have had on him. I'd like to take them back to his family if possible.
Yeah, he has his keepsake. His shield has his coat of arms on it, so that would be even though it's not a special shield, it's a heraldric shield.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
All right.
His blade would be the same. Those would probably be his 2 biggest mementos, and then he has a pendant as well on his neck. Again,
Alright.
I'll spare you it's not magical.
Yeah. I figured none of them were. I just want to make sure that.
For sure.
Yeah, if we can, I'd like to transfer his body back to the city, so we can get him some proper rest.
Got it.
Put him to rest properly, at least.
I think
All
going
right.
back to the city and getting answers might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, let's.
For Draxos, just to kind of keep things well timed, Draxos, you go over to check on Nakash. Nakash is dead as well. Long dead, it looks like.
Excuse me.
Bless you. I will also investigate, looking for any information, as well as also similar to what I think we're all probably in agreement to some degree that we're probably going to have to go back to Talos to figure all of this stuff out, because obviously this is the situation with this dog room stuff. It's not going to work out. Am I right in that assessment?
I think it'd be interesting to have a in-character conversation about that. I think, based on what you want to do. I think so. For just to get back to Arvidge with the natural one, you have never seen anything like that. It looks like a blend of magic and technology, something that was capable of shutting down all of the Ironforge or the Warforge. Sorry. They are all the custodes are just completely shut down, and it also emanated a big enough, obviously enough pressure, enough of a blast to hurl you in the sky. So it was less of a fiery explosion and more of a concussive force blast that sent everything. It was detonated perfectly.
I don't get like shocked for prodding around in these things, right? Like these things there's not like electricity coursing through it.
I think it would be kind of funny if you did, because of the natural one.
Dang it. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
It's like,
how much damage do I take from this?
Just
like
one.
2?
Just one.
Okay, I'll take one.
Yeah.
All right.
You okay over there, Arvidge?
Don't mind the burning.
Well,
Great.
it would
Two
be in
arsonists.
bad taste. It would be in bad taste to talk about that right now. Gotta keep down the dark humor.
I
Listen.
didn't do it.
No. I trust you, ma'am. That you did not do
thankfully
this.
it was not you this time, Lysandra.
Oh.
But, right.
Can I quickly, while we're trying to figure things out and everything like that, can I quickly do a perception check of our surrounding area as well as an insight on anything Varant will say after we do our questions?
Sorry about that. I just had something come up. Can you repeat that last?
Perception check on our surrounding area as well as an insight check on Varant.
Sure.
Okay. Par for the course for this character, understood. Also, par for the course for this character, understood.
Yes, the floor
We're
here is made
safe.
of floor.
We are safe right now. I feel like we're okay. Combat is out of order, but we'll probably want to move out of the way for these things. But so far, apart from Varant and Changeling over there, I suppose we're all somewhat okay. Okay. You see that Draxos is very much anxious. Like he's going through the 5 stages of it. High anxiety mixed in with grief and shock.
Jai's gonna walk up to him, slap him across the face. Get it together. Get it together. For fuck's sake. This is not the time to be freaking out. Alright? We need calm nerves, and we need to figure out what the heck to do. Because our leader, the person who organized all of this, is a fucking changeling. Which means we don't have anyone in command. I'm the next highest Crown's Guard, or the next highest ranking of the Lion's Guard after Highwell, but he's also dead. And then we have Varant here, who is obviously about as shocked as everyone else is that the Queen is a changeling. So we need to figure out what to do. Let's begin to do that.
Has the Queen woken up at all?
Yeah, so I was just about to test something here. Let me just do that. Yeah, I think that'll do it. You see, just about when Jai finishes his comment, you see her eyes shoot open, or flutter open, actually. and then they go wide. And she as she sort of comes into awareness of, well, her pain and the surroundings and the smoke and the nearby sight of various figures she doesn't know. She begins to panic and tries to pull back. She's not very strong, so it doesn't really work.
Jai sort of like steps around the other side here and is like, "Well, you're finally awake."
Does she look like she tries to change back to being the queen, or is she changed staying in form?
She's staying in form because she is intelligent enough to realize that she's already been busted.
Jai just sort of, huh?
In fact, she tries one last piece, which is like, did anyone see the queen?
Jai's just going to ignore what she just said, and he's just going to like sort of pull out a dagger and just sort of play around with it, like sort of intimidation factor type thing. So, you've got some explaining to do.
I crack my knuckles.
First things first. Who the fuck are you?
Damn. I'll answer your questions. I don't really have a choice. But before I do, can you tell me how... We're on the journey to Delgarum, yes?
We are. We were attacked. And you were disguised as the queen.
She nods.
My first question is why?
I don't always ask questions. I'm assigned, and I follow suit.
Whose orders are you under?
She looks around, and her eyes especially stay weary of like people she's not as familiar with, people that aren't known loyalists to the crown. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she says, I am under the Queen's assignment. I was to represent her along with the nobles to Dalgaroom.
Well, that complicates things.
Veron looks pissed. He doesn't hide it, so I'm not going to even make you roll insight to see it.
Draxus is going to look towards Veront. Boss, what do you know about this?
I knew the Queen had a double, but to send her out on a diplomatic mission instead of herself? To use us as bait? The gall. He's fuming.
Interesting. Listen, you paid me to be your bodyguard. This situation here is way above my pay grade.
I think it's above all of our pay grades, Draxos.
I hear you. Yeah.
Considering official royal guards that have been sworn to protect the Queen were assigned to not the Queen. So that begs the question, who the fuck came up with this plan?
Draxos is going to look towards Arvish and then look towards Veront and then look towards the littered bodies and go, hell if I know. Did this is more for out of player because I don't want to meta game as much as possible.
Yep.
What would Arvij be doing in this situation now that like the queen is there and like everything else? Like what is Arvij doing? Because what I'm gonna do is based on what Arvij might do, just because Draxos, like Vront is Draxos's boss, but that is a little bit different versus to Arvij, who he sees as a colleague. You know what I mean? Like you'll always trust your colleague, like you'll back up your colleague more than perhaps your boss. Is what I'm trying to explain where Draxos's mind is going.
Of course. I follow the money. That's my main course of action. So if this is a job, then it's a job. But at the same time, I mean, it seems that everyone was thrown for a loop. So maybe Varant could loop us into what this actual mission was for, what the original intention was, and once we hear him out, we can go from there.
Varant, what was the original purpose of this mission?
Liz stands up
Actually,
and
you.
takes
Yeah.
the handcuffs off the not queen and says, "My lady, we were here because you have a diplomatic mission. It looks like we have to walk."
I'm curious what others' reactions are to Lysindra before we continue. I think Varant.
Lysindra, what are you doing?
She's not the queen. Lysindra.
I know that.
What?
I know that. She's her body double, you guys. We were sent
Did the
here
queen give
to
you-
protect the body double of the queen, who was sent on a diplomatic mission. We were chosen to be the envoy of the not queen. The entire city saw us leave.
The question here is why? And if we can't get the why, we need to know
Shit.
if
Lysindra has a
she.
point. If we go back there, the entire city will have known that things.
That this was an assassination attempt on the queen.
We can't let that become public knowledge.
You're great.
Good thinking. So that begs the question. Did the queen give you any specific instructions as far as what this envoy entailed? What are you discussing? What is the point of all of this? Bob, what's the kingdom's name again? The dwarf kingdom?
Dalgaroom.
Dalgaroom doesn't necessarily have any real opinion of us. Why Dalgaroom? This seems like a very strange place to send an envoy.
I think Varant will be quick to speak up on that point. And he'll say, the idea was sound. You've seen the streets of Talos, friend. The open warfare between the Loyalists and the Vanguard. It seems that the kingdom of the Ionius is in desperate need of any allies, and Dalgaroom remains neutral in a way, or at least uninvolved. I think the Queen's intentions. He's still kind of fighting with being angry, by the way, so that's it's very visible. Queen's intentions were to send us to do her diplomatic bidding. Who's to say how much she knew about this attempt on her life and how much we were used as bait.
And that can
The
be
goal
something
was
to
still the same.
discuss with her later.
Indeed.
For now, we have a job, and we have to decide whether or not we're going to continue with that job.
For now,
Lysindra does
there's
have a
going to be a lot of people surprised that we're going to show up. And I think we need to pay attention to who's surprised that we show up.
Well,
Eh.
there's other ways to do this, but before that, how many days out are we from the city? We only were traveling for like half a day, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What is the changeling's name? Could I have your name, please? Obviously, it's not the queen.
She looks nervous when that's asked. I don't normally give that. It's not something I'm supposed to give.
Of course, of course. Do you go by an alias? One that you wish to be referred to, as of course we know that you're not the queen, and I'd rather prefer not to call you the queen.
She thinks for a long moment. Insight check.
Ooh.
all of us, or just
Oh yeah.
And-
Yeah, all of
Okay.
you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sweet. 'Cause I want to insight everything, but Draxos is not.
ugh,
Hey.
not good.
Draxos, why do you fail me?
It's like it's like Draxos and Jai, min-maxed, only good at what they're good at, shit at everything else.
Yep.
So Armage and Lysindra, for just a moment as she's thinking, you can see a real kind of sad look come over her face, and then she says, "When I was young, I had a name. Chrysia." And I'll type it for you.
Awesome. Chrysia,
Chrysia.
if you were to go on this diplomatic mission, there must have been a way for you to communicate back with the queen, yes?
She shakes her head. "No evidence. That's always the policy."
So you were to know everything, such as the inner workings and the understanding of how the kingdom runs, on your own?
No, of course not.
So how the hell was this mission supposed to be successful then? I see a logical fallacy here.
I think you all watch her eyes naturally look to Verant.
Hmm.
Draxos
see.
is going to stand right beside Verant and kind of put an arm around Verant's shoulder very casually. Out here, there are no such things as nobles. And he's going to just gently, like, stand, not necessarily menacing, but, like, more so just as a reminder, sir, even though you hold the paycheck,
Gotcha. Okay.
you seem to know what's going on here. Yes?
I don't. Not entirely. I
So
didn't
what do you
expect a
know?
body double. I know the queen's
Didn't-
intentions. I know who she
Hmm.
intended to sway her way. I'm good at what I do. Perhaps the queen was relying on me and Nakash. And he kind of looks around and he says, "Has anyone seen the Dragonborn?"
He's dead.
He's dead.
His
I'm
head
sorry
hit.
to say this. I'm really sorry to say this. But I'm not going to mince words.
I understand.
Your friend is dead. The queen could have died. We need a plan, and apart from our good knight there, you are the next in line. You know far more than we do what needs to be done. You're just civilians after everything is said and done. working for our country, working for the crown.
You know, technically, we're not civilians, but yeah.
Draxos is going to give you a like, listen, man, I'm just trying out here. Like he's giving you that look. He's not saying it out loud. He's just giving that look.
Could I be given a moment, please?
Certainly.
Veron,
Step back.
how important is this meeting?
He looks to Arvage for a moment. I would not be here if it wasn't.
Then that means we can't go back. We must proceed whether we trust it or not. For if we do return, unless you plan to sneak your way back into the city, which I find very difficult, word will spread one way or another. I say we take our chances in our meeting and just hope for the best.
The aging halfling kind of looks a bit torn. I'm intended to be the shadow behind the power. I'm going to be thrust into guiding this forward. I'll be the biggest target.
No, you won't. You won't, because we're going to have this individual. Because we're going to have Chrysia redisguise herself as the queen. That is the only way we're going to succeed in this mission at this point. You may not. You may be the power, but people don't know that. She's the one that has the target on her head. You, they couldn't care less about. There's a reason they targeted, what was the Dragonborn's name? Nakash?
Nakash.
There's a reason they targeted Nakash and the Queen and not us and you. As much as I'm not a fan of the Queen's deception and whatever the fuck she overcame her brain when she just came up with this ludicrous plan, we don't really have a choice as far as whether or not we'd like to go through with it. We kind of have to. And that means you're the only one we can rely on when it comes to having information about setting up this diplomatic relation, these ties.
Not just that, the only people that we truly can trust are with us right now. Wouldn't it be better to continue traveling instead of going back to the Lion's Den?
Mm-hmm. And actually, imagine how much of a moral blow would strike into the Vanguard if... Because let's be honest here, I heard them talk. They called me loyalist scum. These were Vanguard. This was a well-orchestrated assassination plot. Imagine what their reaction is going to be when they find out that not only did the Envoy succeed, but their entire assassination plot was foiled, and the Queen is still alive.
Right.
That's with how well set up this must have been months in the planning. There's no way that this failing won't completely put at least some kind of demoralization into the Vanguard. If anything else, that might be worth us attempting to move forward.
I interject a moment, gentlemen. It seems to me like we're not supposed to have made it out. That's why we were sent.
Well,
I'm on mute. I'm going to get someone to give me a persuasion roll on behalf of the group. Feel free to metagame and figure out who has the best odds of succeeding.
that would be me.
I do not.
We will
Uh,
give you advantage
does
because we're
anyone have-
all persuading.
Does anyone have higher than a +9?
The only one I'd be
Alright.
curious about is Arvich, but fair enough.
Average?
He does not.
Okay.
He has.
So
a
do I
plus
get? So
0.
what is this? I'm rolling persuasion with advantage then.
Yeah,
or
correct.
We're all helping you with this as well.
all right. Let's get it. Are you kidding me?
It's enough.
That was a 2 and a 5.
I think that represents just the dangerous road ahead, literally.
Honestly,
in some cases.
yeah. Yeah.
But there's hesitation. But Varant says, "You're right. You're all right. If we returned, as is, things will go awry. But I have one condition, and it must come from Chrysia."
All eyes are on Chrysia right now.
He doesn't-
This is all eyes.
He doesn't call her. Actually, he wouldn't call her Chrysia. He'd probably say the Changeling, because he's looking down at her very much so, despite being a tiny little halfling. He says, "No word must be given to the Queen that we know you exist." And then he looks to everybody else and he says, "Are we in agreement with that? This is our
I am.
secret."
I am.
Mhm.
I nod my head
This is a secret that must be taken to the grave.
to the grave.
The grave. Unless, of course, you know,
Unless
something
nothing.
else happens.
If you get mind controlled, that's no excuse.
Well, I'd rather not do that.
Is this a less of course moment for Draxus?
Draxos will
money.
Draxos is like, I mean, I will take it to the grave, but I like my life more, kind of situation. That is what Draxos is. What simply is going through Draxos's mind is, listen, I like living more than dying, so I will take it to the grave if I go there, but I'd prefer not to go to the grave. If you get what I'm meaning.
No, that's totally understandable. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great, but yes, absolutely.
Yes, we're not expecting you to die, but we're expecting you to not give up the secret.
Draxos is going to look straight at Jai and be like, I mean, both of us are bleeding out right now, so I mean, it's close enough to the grave that I will say yes.
That's so unfortunate. That feels so bad. So, with much of this taken care of, I say we find a safe spot, gather what we can, and carry onward. Are either of the carriages okay?
No.
Yeah,
No?
the
Okay.
carriage just got like
Uh,
completely fucking.
Then
Yeah.
I say let's just start looting and gathering what we can for the journey ahead. How long was this journey supposed to be? About probably a good couple days.
Yeah, a good few days. I gotta do the. I did mean to sit down with the DMs at some point and work out what the distance is between Talos and Delgaroon, so
Okay.
I can math that out. But the intention is well on foot. We're going to abstractly say it's going to be longer than it, it's intended. So
Yeah.
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 And that might be something that that our friend Draxos here, or GM of Revan, might actually have an answer to that already. So, but I'm
I
going,
do actually want to ask. These carriages, were they originally pulled by like horses of some
They
kind,
were.
or
yes, they
are the
were.
horses anywhere? Are they still alive anywhere?
It doesn't look good.
Okay.
I don't
So-
want to get into harmed animals. I know people love their horses, right? But there's a
Yeah.
whole lot of really bad scenes. Basically, you remember the damage you guys all took from the
There's
throw?
glue all over the place. There's glue all over the place.
you
Yeah.
guys, they were tossed and hurled just like you guys were, and they don't have the, they're not level 3 horses, so it didn't go
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. There's glue all over the desert. Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a brief minute. We're gonna go on a brief break. I'm just gonna get some lemon water for my voice, hot lemon water, and then we'll come back. See you in a minute. So, any questions for Bob out of character before we jump back into stuff? Any clarification points?
How's your voice feeling?
Better. Lemon water.
Alright,
Hot
good.
lemon water has been my
Yep.
I swear it changed everything for me. I started doing it yesterday, and I woke up completely different today. I've only
Have you tried with hot tea as well? Like green tea, I think works really well.
I heard that. I don't have any on hand. I'm not a big tea drinker. I used to drink a lot
That's
of
fair.
green tea.
Yeah.
Spent time in Japan and fell in love with it there, and then it's kind of
That and do later on as well, do a saltwater gargle every about 30 minutes. There's some listings on there, and that might help as well. If it's mostly a sore throat kind of thing now, if that's like what you're really dealing with.
it was more like a chest cold, but I don't know
Okay.
what changed, but it certainly seemed to have completely changed. Yeah, you should have heard me even yesterday. I sounded awful. So, and I was barking, like the barking cough. So, better state, better state. I appreciate you checking in though. All right, let me not distract too much from this. Any other points of clarification anyone needs, like from an auto character perspective, rule stuff, anything like that? Doesn't sound like it.
No, it should be good. I'm just putting in actually. I'm putting in a like a what's the word? The custom dagger. Is that slashing damage or is that piercing damage?
So if you're using the serrated thing, it would be
Yeah.
slashing. Yeah.
Slashing. All right. And then what was the effect on it that it had again?
I will pull that up. 1 sec.
Oh, managing active effects within an ad. Okay, so apparently I can't. I can't add effects in an owned item. Okay.
Okay, so translating, what I'm gonna do is translate this to something a PC can use appropriately, right? Because it's kind of a monster
Gotcha.
kit. Um,
Mhm.
but effectively, what it's gonna do is when you apply your damage, it will be treated like a +1 weapon.
Oh, it's a +1. It's a +1 weapon.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it also has the ability to reduce the target's movement speed by 10 feet when you use it. So you can use it as a means, like you cut them somewhere to slow their speed. You can apply that if you wish when you deal the damage.
Okay. And I was gonna figure out like.
It'd be like chopping at their legs kind of thing, like cutting at their legs, right? So they have to limp kind of thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So attack roll bonus. So it's a +1. So +1 to damage and attack.
Yeah.
Or.
Correct.
Okay.
And you said it's slashing or piercing.
To use the serrated concept, it'll be a slashing. Otherwise, it's a piercing, or it's a standard dagger. Otherwise, right?
All right,
So-
perfect. Thank you.
How do you? Okay. In the damage, I'm putting in the damage formula. How do I add in like dex to that? Like,
Did
it's
you go down
1d6
to weapon attack?
weapon attack? Yeah. It's a
Alright.
melee weapon attack.
And you drop down and it shows. So if you go down to damage formula, that's
Yep.
where I put slashing.
No, but I mean like for the damage formula, it's like a 1d6, but like there's like a custom formula for it. It's like 1d6 plus dex plus 1 or whatever.
Oh,
It's different. It's more damage than a regular dagger.
yeah. I think I just put it in like that. So
Yeah, I think we can maybe try to figure that out between
Yeah.
games and stuff,
Yeah.
and just roll the extra one or add the extra one kind of thing. So
Yeah.
While we're doing like the looting, the stuff like that, Exos will, if it's okay, sorry to interrupt, the technicalities, but I'd like to kind of ask, or at least in character through Draxos, do you know anybody in Dagarum that we could potentially like Who are our contacts in Dalgrim that are supposed to receive us?
With that, and you're asking that to Veront or to Chrisia, or both kind of thing?
Both.
Yeah. We have contacts. We have a target, Veront says. Someone we wish to pull on our side, as it were. Are you familiar with the family of Hammerhelm?
Are any of us familiar with the family of Hammerholt?
Hammerhelm, sorry. Why don't we do... I'm trying to think of like the equivalent to this. It's some sort of, maybe just a base intelligence check for this one. You know what I'll do? Because it's kind of in the realm of persuasion and such, maybe we'll do it that way instead. It's like how in the know you are, how much time you spend there. Unless someone has a better recommendation for, like, you know, in other systems I would have said like diplomacy, right? So what do you think would be the equivalent of that?
History check.
What's that?
History. History is
do,
like in general.
Let's do history. History works. Yeah, I like that.
Man can't perceive or intuit anything, but you give him hard facts, he knows shit.
Alright, should I okay, I figured out how to do the damage roll, by the way. So should I, is that like just Draxus rolling history then, or?
I don't think so. I think everyone's involved in the conversation, so you're all welcome to check. We'll give Draxos the opportunity to speak first.
I don't know anything. I'm a half elf. I don't know anything about dwarves.
Okay.
I know about the Hammerhells.
Yes.
Just like by passing. I don't know them, but yeah.
There's one that is called the Firstborn. With that comes power. Making good allies here with the most powerful family amongst Delgaroom would be beneficial. That is our target. But we leave our options open. If another presents itself, then we take it. Our goal is to sway Delgaroom in our favor. An ally, a defense pact, something that we can use in turn, something that we can use against the Vanguard.
So I'm just testing this, by the way. I'm just like...
Okay, all good.
Given, oh, sorry, go on. Go on.
Okay, so I need to edit that a little bit.
Did you have a question from Draxos?
Yeah, so given what Draxos would know about the Hammerhells, and because he's had a life like making a living being a mercenary.
Right.
What's some of the rumors that he would know about the Hammerhells and the situation in Dalgarum? Because he'd have an ear to the street, if you will, of the major cities.
For sure. Let me just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the little write-up thing. I think that's great. Yeah, so we'll go to that. And you're probably already familiar with that, so given you wrote it. So if you want
I'm trying not to. I'm not trying to win a game, so that's
not at all. Not at all taking it that way. I just mean, I think it's what's in that write-up would probably be kind of what you're aware of about them. So in the Delgaroom, I'll post this for. Did anyone else try the role or not so much?
Try
could
to roll
be-
the history roll.
Yeah.
I know. Fuck all.
Let's do this.
Should you repeat that one more time?
What do you need, Arvish?
You're trying something out?
History check if you want to make
Oh.
one.
Sure, I can try that.
I'll try a history check. Just for fits and giggles.
Did I knock your dice over? Oh, it didn't count. That's sad.
All right.
All right. Right. Well, Draxos is going to kind of rub the back of his head in between his horns, in kind of like a soothing, like almost like a self-soothing motion, and he will kind of look at all of you a little bit and kind of cock his head a bit and goes, well, and then including Veront, well, word on the street that I remember is that, well, in House Hammerhilt, there's technically like two families of the same branch. There's, of course, Lady Dorona Hammerhilt from Siglacia. She's considered the firstborn of the House Hammerhilt, right? I think. Not sure. Don't quote me on that one. That one's that one's faulty knowledge. But I do know that Lord Dorian Hammerhilt, he's part of the second house of Hammerhilt. He had this like kid named Arabella Hammerhilt that he kind of adopted, I guess, became a consort to House Hammerhilt. And as far as I'm aware, House Hammerhilt is like where Mirabella is concerned, she's more of a traditionalist. But I don't know if that's like traditional to the crown of Leonius or if it's a traditionalist to the crown of Dalgarum, because back in the day, Dalgarum used to be the city of the dwarves, so I wouldn't put it past the dwarves to have their own kind of like kingdom or city or noble less situation that's apart from what we know. That's just word on the street. Those are the rumors I know personally around, but
Ron
you're trying to get in with them.
Ron says, our goal is to side with the power of that very old family and sway them, and hopefully the influence of Dalgarum in our favor. If one side proves to be more supportive than the other, then perhaps we begin ensuring their favor. Suggesting, of course, diminishing the other side of the house, if it need be.
I can't help but draw parallels of their situation to my own house. Interesting.
Vron turns to Jai. I did hear that you had sister houses, yes?
Yes, we do. My mother is the one descended from that's where the bloodline comes from, is my mother. But she's actually the older sister. We do things a bit differently, wherein the title of head of house doesn't necessarily go to the oldest heir. It's whichever one proves worthy, I guess you could say. It's chosen. So in this case, my aunt was chosen over my mother, and so my aunt was the one who is the main branch leader, whereas my mother is the side branch leader. It's technically the official name is like Blue Moon and Green Moon. But it's all one family. And my aunt is currently up in Siglacia. So we have power in both Talos and Siglacia. Similar to what these guys have. Power in both Siglacia and Dolgarum, it would seem.
Well, Veron, if that's what you're headed for, and that's where we're going, and someone doesn't want us to meet with the House Hammerheld, for one thing. Wanted to stop this whole situation before it got any further, so in terms of in chess, the queen has played a very deadly game. And if the word got back that we made it to Dalgarum, she'll know that whatever she's going to know, because someone's going to come out here to check in on us. Like, you guys are the Crown's Guard, right?
Yes.
You guys have your own spies?
We are.
Draxos is going to go into a full, like, looking at both of the surviving members of the Crown's Guard and be like, you guys are FBI agents.
Yes. You're not incorrect. I mean, you've seen me. You really think someone like Highwell is in charge of the spying? In charge of the covert operations in the Lions Guard? No. It's me. There's a reason There's a reason I was brought along.
Looks like both of you got promoted.
Unfortunately.
Finally! I punch you on the shoulder and I say, about time!
With this, Chrysia speaks up, still injured and holding her torso. If we are stuck traveling on foot, we best be going. Our target was a festival. A great opportunity to mingle with all the important figures, and to show ourselves publicly united. I fear that might be out of reach at this point. But if we cannot make the festival itself, perhaps we can get there shortly after.
Okay.
Let's get moving then.
On
So
foot then.
out of character, Bob, where do we in the actual like the freaking like world lore thing? Where do we find that one dossier of all the of all like the noble houses and shit?
I stored the ones for you for Talos, and then I think I put one or two for you for Siglacia. As far as those that are in elsewhere, I purposefully haven't revealed those. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you bet. But the Talos ones are readily accessible by you all.
Like, where would we find them though?
They were in the campaign somewhere in the campaign channels on Discord. I posted them for you. I just don't remember where. I'll link them though after game.
Gotcha.
You remind me. I know I put them maybe in game. I just don't remember. It's been a couple of months, I think. Since I posted them.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
Is it in-game content?
that was the wrong place. My bad. I can't. I'm terrible at multitasking. This is going on.
No, it's fine.
I got you.
Um,
I started posting it in game content for the Talos Nobles.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Gotcha.
Welcome.
Okay.
I'll pin that.
No metagaming here. This is a metagame free zone, even though no comment.
Okay, so I'm assuming that your goals. It sounded like your goals were to get off the road, kind of find a place to heal up and rest. Was that the idea? Take a short rest, or did I misunderstand that one? I'm guessing by your health bars that was the goal. So, all right. Why don't we do? Why don't we start with that then? I think it'd be. I'm not gonna like. You're in a nice cavern, where you can see there's like lots of decent places to go. So why don't we get everyone? We're gonna assume you get to a safe space here, but we're going to take our short rests as necessary. We're gonna do
Short
that
rest or
pretty-
long rest?
Up to you guys.
Because this would be. Are we closer to the evening right now?
You're the late afternoon for sure.
Okay. I would say, because I know the idea was floated to get away from the crash site, so it might be best if we keep moving a little bit further, just to get away from the site and then off-road, right?
Okay.
I mean, didn't we say this was a fairly defensible position though? Where we were?
Where you are, not really. You're like in a
Okay.
you're in a
No.
vulnerable position actually, but the area around it, like the reason it's vulnerable is because you're kind of in a valley around various terrain. So if you were to move up the terrain nearby, you'd be in a pretty defensible place.
Okay, that's what I meant. So like, do we want to move up to like the terrain, like into one of the caverns or whatever, and then just like set up camp in there?
So
Yeah.
the main reason I wanted to get away personally is because if the Vanguard say where are our assassins, why are they not back, they're gonna send more people out, and so I figured we try and get away from
Right.
the spot.
Fair enough. All right.
Let's move it.
Okay. Do we want to take like a short rest, like get some hit dice to heal up, or?
No, let's
No.
move away first and then take a long rest.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's do that then.
I agree with
Hopefully we
that.
don't die.
Okay.
We've had worse odds. 1 HP in a dream. Let's go.
1 HP. Listen, you function just as well as 1 HP as you do at full HP. All right. That's what my group always says.
1
1 HP in the dream. I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
That's a pretty good one actually. Yeah.
Copyrighted by the Voted Knights. Just FYI.
Can I need your little envoy here to have a guide, a survival role of some sort, or
Anyone good at that?
Yeah. Do you have
I have a
anyone?
+3.
Hey.
Hey, Draxos.
Go Draxos, go Draxos, go!
I've been there before. I know my way around.
Draxus,
Okay.
since you're our survivalist, okay, you're gonna find a nice place to shelter. In addition to that, can you please roll me a d20?
Oh no.
Go Draxos, go Draxos, go!
Hey, we'll
Cool.
take it.
All right.
14.
14. We have no idea what that means.
Correct. All right. So, ignore that for now. You're gonna have a full night's rest. Are you setting up watch?
Probably a good idea.
We probably should. We should also make sure to use liberal use of alarm.
Yeah, I can do that.
Like,
as
just
long
take
as
it-
it's like if we're in a cave, that'll be easiest.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
most definitely take a 4 hours watch because I am a wood elf.
Okay.
So I don't need a full long rest. I just need a 4 hours.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Elves need less sleep.
For sure.
Correct.
All right. We're gonna remove the combat carousel here.
All right. right.
Bye. Okay. So, everyone can go ahead and heal up.
Hell yeah.
I'll go ahead and say with the survival check, you guys got such a good spot that there was no threat of anyone or anything encountering you at night. So
All right. Shit. Where the heck is the
watch
long
is
rest
still a
and
good
short
plan.
rest things again?
I need to figure that out too. It's been a minute.
On the character sheet, it's underneath where it says your hit dice. So you'll say S rest and L rest, just beside your hit points.
Ah, wonderful. Okay.
I
Whew,
Actually
that was
I don't see that on the sheet actually. Oh, S. Okay.
S rest, L rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's do portent. Let's see what I get. Five and 18. I'll take it.
Oh, actually, I did also want to ask Varant as well. So, a
Yeah.
couple of things. Varant, I couldn't help but notice during our fight that you were very, you seem to be very magically inclined. What exactly are you capable of doing?
Insight check, please.
All right. 13.
That's enough to be clear that he didn't want to showcase that.
Okay.
He
I-
says
I- I said
Go ahead.
I did sort of take him aside and
Yeah.
ask him that. So
he says I'm no stranger to the arcane. Though I prefer not to be known by such reputation. What my enemies aren't aware of is my advantage.
makes sense. But I figure that your skills may be necessary in the days to come. So I figured I might as well inquire about them. If you don't, if you aren't comfortable disclosing them, that's totally fine.
Yeah, he simply says, I will act as a support. You have my full strength if it means our survival. Beyond that, I am a simple, helpless noble. He smiles.
Very well.
Insight check.
You are not there.
Oh, that's right.
This is a private conversation between Varant and Jai. Very well. If the others ask anything, I'll try to keep it on the down low.
I understand. And I appreciate that. With that, I'm gonna have a little thing between Varant and Arvid here. So Varant will seek out Arvid while you're, resting.
Mm-hmm.
Probably in the evening or night.
Yeah, this would be after setting up alarm. I would like to, Varant. So, with the current situation, and I've worked with you for some time now. Yes, it's only been a few weeks maybe, but I feel like we've come to an understanding. I will do my best to try and keep you alive and to keep our jobs secure, and in turn, you put me in favor with those that one will get me possibly a nice place to live, but also further my own ambitions. Yes.
He nods.
With that said, things have taken a bit more harrowing turn. We have obviously struck a situation, and knowing that the queen is no longer here, I feel that there needs to be an extra head that is within the know of what is supposed to be going on.
He smiles.
At this point, I feel between you and I we can make this work, but we both know things are not as easygoing as before, so I suggest that you share the information that you have not shared before, of course, and the information you are willing to withhold. In good faith to me, and in good faith, I will do my best to ensure that we survive, and this attempt at diplomacy does not become unhinged as well.
Indeed. As my attaché, you'll be vital in the diplomatic meetings that we are to see ahead of us. There is a complicated network of politics in Dalgaroom, just like there is in Talos. I know a bit about it, but not much. I think our goal with arriving at the festival is during the time of merriment. It allows us to make bonds, make allies, the highborn and the lowborn alike.
Varance, you know that's not everything to it. There would be no reason just to send one. I know you too well. What else is going on? What other meeting is there stored?
I'll tell you more on the way, he says with a smile.
So be it. So be it. And in turn, I will do my best to showcase everything that I have, not just what I've shown.
He nods.
Does it seem like he is also in agreement, or is he just saying so? Do I get a good read? Like, this is Veron's, right? Like, he's in agreement, or does he still seem kind of on the hinge, I guess is the best way to ask.
I think it's probably an insight check, honestly, if you're trying to get a sense of him.
Yeah. This is also feeling out, like, if he's still holding out, I guess, is the best way to put it. 22, I think, so that's not too bad.
Okay, yeah, definitely. He seems like he's being honest. There, you also get a sense of like he's like proud of your maneuvering there. You've gotten this sense that he's, there's very much are you making yourself useful to him? It's a key factor in this. But he's also picking up on your, you kind of pushing for answers and stuff, and he's acting like sort of like a proud uncle in that sense, even though he's not spilling the beans. Yeah.
All right, sweet. And then that's it. He has my trust as well. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and skip to the following morning. You have the night has passed without threat. All of you have had your long wet rest, so you can be fully recovered as need be, and we can begin our journey. We are nearing the end of the stream, so we'll continue for a bit and see where we get to.
All right.
Now, there's one particular topic. It sounds like Draxus is to be your guide going forward. Is the goal, Draxus and team, are you going to stay off the main road? Or travel down the main road, like the desert road?
Depends. Will someone carry me? Because if so, then I can have my bird scout. But I kind of need
Let's-
to have someone
let's-
carry me alive.
Let's discuss this then. If we're on the main road, good chance we come across merchants or traders or caravaneers of some kind who may or may not be traveling back to Talos and may or may not relay information of us being there. And hell, we might even run into more Vanguard traps. However, if we stray off the beaten path, we might run into something worse. I know there are things roaming the desert that can be very not nice, shall we say. I don't want to run into a purple worm and running around the desert.
Oh, purple worm was not the first thing I thought about, actually. I get your point.
Or any sort of sandworm.
Noted. Sandworms equals PTSD. Understood.
Not actually, just there are things out here I'd rather not have to deal with.
If we do wish to stay off, I can ensure that we will have a warm, dry, and safe location at night.
All right, sounds good to me.
Frankly, with how this journey has gone so far, as much as I don't want to, I'd like to. I think I'm in agreement of staying off the beaten path. We need to make sure that any and all information about our whereabouts and about the well-being of the caravan and envoy is kept to a minimum. So I think
I agree.
straying off the beaten path is for the best. Varant, what do you think?
If straying off the path is safe and we can trust in our guide, he looks to Draxus questioningly, then I would agree. That is a smarter move.
Hey, just as long as I get paid, I'm good. Wherever we decide to go.
I guess we're going to stray off. And then Jai will sort of just give Draxos a look, like, don't fuck this up, kid.
Oh boy.
Draxos is like, okay, I'll do my best. No pressure. My man's, come on. This guy.
Come on, Draxos.
Might not be the smartest tool in the shed, but he's a good tool.
Okay. Do you remember those desert nomads in the distance before?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
You see a couple of them as you kind of embark on the road again the following morning. You are traveling by daylight, not by starlight. Is that accurate for this group?
Deserts are fucking cold at night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And well, we'll just give you all a perception roll. See how quickly you notice this.
Come on, buddy. You're the one leading the group. Come on, please. You're much better than a 5 or 6. Please,
Yeah,
come
I'm
on.
glad that
Just
you
give
got
me
that.
something. Just please give me something. Thank you.
Perception.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank fuck Jai is here. Holy shit.
I think the 14-16s are good.
Yeah.
I think yeah. At 14, it's all going to be a pass. Starting with with Jai. Jai, you're kind of looking down for a moment at the sand in front of you, and you kind of notice this a little bit of a shadow forming in the sand in front of you, and you watch it get bigger and bigger, and then everyone starts to feel the shadow come over you. Clearly, something is big enough to get in the way of the sun and cast a shadow on you as you hear the soaring wings high above you.
Shit.
Quickly turning your head to the sky, you see the massive creature, the rock that flies overhead, large, massive bird. But just about as soon as you're ready to raise alarm, you see it continue on, and you see it swoop down in one very swift action towards those nomads in the distance, and you just see it grab one of its prey and continue on.
Well,
Oh,
that is
boy.
none of our concern. Moving
Oh,
on.
you were saying about sandworms, right? It's not not just the worms. It's
Not just the
stuff-
worms.
Not just the worms. You sure you're gonna be all right?
Listen, it'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Great. Let's keep on moving.
Just not.
It's
My
this way.
specialty is dealing with people, not creatures.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Life happens. But I feel you. People are weird.
Yeah.
Get ready for a long week. Gonna take us about a week to get there, I believe.
Indeed.
We got this.
Well, I suppose the good news is at least we don't have an annoying bard to sing bad songs on the way.
The wheels on the cart go round and round.
I
round,
will
round.
shank you.
Alright. So we're traveling on.
You are
Yes.
indeed.
Okay.
Really are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
99 bottles of grog on the wall. 99 grog.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's a good one. I appreciate that. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
better than whatever Draxos came up with.
I would have you know that I, in my glory days, used to sing hymns and songs for a kobold named Murkash, who was whatever. Never mind. No, it doesn't matter. Moving on.
I feel so sorry for this kobold. Does it still have ears left?
No. If it wasn't for the fact that this trip has been terrible so far up until this point, would have equally shot you. But because we're on the road and there are dangers up ahead, and I'm the one leading us, I think I'm not leaving you behind to the worms or the birds, right?
92 bottles of grog on the wall. 92 bottles of grog.
Okay, so as
how
the-
is-
Go ahead.
sorry, is Chrisia and Verant doing okay as well?
Yeah, and so one of the things I think we should clarify too is your intention to have Chrisia travel as the queen or travel as Chrisia for now and later change?
For now, I would say as herself or as
Someone
if
else.
she wishes, like just a random passerby, someone that looks very unoriginal, looks very blending into the scenery, if that makes sense.
Inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We could
Wait.
have her actually. We could have her disguise herself as Highwell or Nakash.
Could also have her disguised as one of the nomads that we've seen as well.
Hmm. Now,
Because
here's the other-
Because Highwell and Nakash, like, they were back there. We left them
Mhm.
back there, right? It would make more sense if it was a nomad.
That's fair. I like that.
Well, that is my suggestion. But if it is Highwell, then okay.
I will take
think
your guys's.
Nomad. A
Let's actually-
nondescript nomad would be the best idea, I believe, Christia.
Okay, actually, hang on. We just saw a rock come down and try to and literally swoop down and sweep up one of those nomads. Maybe that's not the best idea.
Well, they were on the road, right?
No.
No.
No, they're like
Oh.
way in the distance.
Let's have her disguise herself as an unnamed like Crown's Guard instead.
Is that your plan?
Okay.
But it would also make sense for our party too. So
Yeah.
Sounds good.
we'll call you Joe, Chrisia. We'll call you Joe.
I'm going
Oops.
to get
Sorry.
everyone. So as the day continues on, you pass through lunch, and it's about midday that your rations start to thin quite a bit.
Mm.
Water being the bigger concern.
Mm.
And with that, I'll get you all to give me perception rolls as you start to near like the late afternoon. It's really hot, by the way. All of you are Talos. You spent a lot of time in Talos, so that you're
I
no
see
strangers
nothing.
in the desert.
Oh, nice.
Oh, thank fucking
Draxos, let's
Rexos.
go.
I mean, like I said, the man might not be always the most
The man,
intuitive
the myth,
individual.
the legend.
Yeah, but when it comes to survival, he knows how to survive. So he's gonna find either cacti or a source of water for everybody, as well as something for shade. We might want to have a short rest or some sort of rest here for a moment to get our bearings, but other than that, yeah.
So, with that survival, and in that perception roll on top of it, Draxos, you can see in the distance what looks like, the site of, if you were to find an oasis amongst the desert, that you'd be looking for the evaporates, like the clear misty look of the that blur your vision a little bit in that area. And you can see in a great distance, it looks like a potential oasis ahead, though you can't see the water itself from the moving landscape, the different levels of the landscape. It's hard to see that this far away. It's also slightly out of your way, not completely out of your way, but you got to go even further off road to get to it.
We're gonna have to go off road. I see something up ahead that'll potentially be either a way stop or some water that we can get to. We can't be out in this heat for too long. It would just not be good. So
Water sounds like a good idea, though.
Water.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
If the group is willing, I will take them to that source of water.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And then maybe about not 100 paces, but within range to where that water sources go, Draxos will go, "Hey, Arvij,
Well, yes.
get on my back."
Hey, let's do this. And I'll just kind of hop up there. I weigh like
Oh!
100 pounds, maybe 120.
Okay, all right. Do your thing, dude. I'll walk.
I
I'll
actually
walk.
hop back down. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that. And I just place my hands on her shoulders so she can lead me where I need to go. And I will
Okay.
scope up with V and go ahead and take a look around.
That's good.
Okay, I'll get a perception roll with advantage, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, with the Falcon or the
Yeah.
Peregrine Falcon or whatever.
Yeah.
I send that thing to everyone, and now I gotta go find it again. Rawr. Rawr, rawr, rawr. All right, I'll look it up. It should only be like a +6, I think, but let's. Can you? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it is a advantage. Yeah, so +2. So let's see what happens. +2, and you said with advantage, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Ooh, There we go. 16.
Wait, so your base perception is worse than when you're using that? Okay, interesting.
Oh no, because when I go up, it's a higher viewpoint. Is all I do with it. So.
Hmm. But typically birds have like crazy vision, but that's fair.
So let me see. Yeah, because
Yeah.
perception on it is only +2.
Yeah.
I might look for a different one.
You know what?
for
We'll
later.
add your what's your vigency bonus? We'll add that in too.
+3, I think.
Okay.
So
19.
yeah. Okay.
Nice.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
The
no
Falcon
problem.
ain't seeing Jack.
Yeah. It's weird when that happens. It doesn't quite make sense to me.
Yeah.
So and then we'll get you to check like test nature for me as well.
Ooh, okay. That one might not be so good, and that's my own because I am seeing through, right? So
Mhm.
it'd be pretty straightforward there. Hey, nice 21.
Ooh, hell yeah.
So there is in fact a beautiful, fairly good sized oasis here. And but as you would potentially be concerned with, it is not unkept or unguarded. You see what looks like a series of serpent-like creatures swimming about it in a very docile and passive way. You see them kind of moving in and out of the water, kind of basking in the sun. You would recognize them as Naga.
Ooh.
Is it worth fighting a bunch of Nagas to...
I mean, we could see how many are there, right?
Yes, you can. You want to know how many are there? Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes.
I'm
'cause I
gonna
can spot
randomize
them.
that real quick.
Okay.
It
What?
can't be one. We'll do one more. 2. There are 2 Naga.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I like that.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 that we can see. That's
Mhm.
2 we can see. So
2 you can see with an overhead, really good view. But
Yeah.
yes, indeed. It's fair. If one was hiding, you'd expect it would be either a fair distance away or in the water.
okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Up to you guys.
I
Our rations
mean,
are running low, especially water. It's only 2 Naga.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be a fight.
Yeah, that's true.
We're just getting water.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone here speak Naga?
Naga are beasts. I don't think they speak.
Well, I've seen magic, so just wondering.
That's true.
Just wondering.
Does
Just making
does anyone-
sure.
Let's ask the people who would know more than me.
Vish?
I do not have any.
Grant?
I'm not able to.
You have nature, right?
Vish- You have nature, but comprehend languages is a spell, and speaking with animals is also a spell.
I hold neither of those. Verant might.
I'm looking for the base Naga, whether or not they have language or not. I'm just looking.
I think they do. Like if they're a guardian Naga, yeah.
I think it's
don't know.
primordial, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
Naga speak primordial?
I'm just looking here. 1 second.
And I don't know why I think that.
You know what? I'm gonna spare you because I had planned to have them speak common. So let's spare
Okay,
you that
cool.
point. Yeah.
Great.
For whatever
That sounds
reason, this group of them does.
I don't care. Ooh.
How do you want to approach this situation?
Draxos is gonna.
I suppose Draxos and I will have to walk up.
Draxos is like, no, you go ahead. I'm leading Arvish here.
I can come back down. I am listening. I can come back down now that we've scouted if you want. And that way I can just kind of sit there and wait.
I'll
first we
cover
have to
our
get-
rear.
Well, first we have to get there.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Do you
We'll just
wanna-
walk over there. We'll
Do you
we'll
want to
walk to
approach
that.
openly?
Yes.
Okay.
And make sure any weapons we have are put away, and basically try to approach as non-threateningly as possible.
You notice Veron is in the very back. As you approach,
Yeah.
Chrysia stays with the group proper.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach, they don't seem to. There's an immediate kind of surprise as they spot you, and as you approach, they don't seem to really change their behavior. They just remain docile and sort of leisurely laying about.
Well, it's good.
I put my face in the water and do that thing.
What the f-
You know when you're a kid and you put your
Yes,
face
yes,
in the
I know.
water?
I know, but Jai's reaction is, what the f... Oh, God.
It feels so good.
Yes, it
Leave me
does.
alone, man. Don't judge.
Jai will just, fill up a couple of, water skins and, just... Shall we make camp here for now?
Let's
I think
ask
we
the
should
resident.
add-
I can't speak Naga.
Draxos at this point is not smart enough and can approach them if you want them to.
I wave.
They turn and their eyes are on you now very clearly, but they don't really move. They don't look super defensive. They're not rearing back or anything. They just kind of remain very docile and they watch you.
Yeah, I just kind of wave at them and I say, we're going to kind of set up camp here for the night if that's okay with you guys. We're really tired and hi.
I don't suppose you could speak common, can you?
They look at you all, and one of them kind of moves forward a little bit, kind of getting more upright in the process. Its tongue flickering out a little bit as it watches.
Oh God, please don't eat us.
Shh.
Oh,
Quiet.
of course not. This is a sanctuary for all. Please, enjoy the water. Enjoy the rest.
We thank you for, I suppose, your hospitality. We will stay here and make respite and try to be not too much of a bother, if possible.
It bows.
All right. And Jai will sort of bow. Will bow as well. Well, that went well. Let's get stocked up on water and rest for a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah.
And what time is this again?
This would be, so we were saying like late afternoon you're approaching, so it's probably nearing dusk about this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. I will get about in preparing and deploying a spell known as Galder's Tower.
Okay.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What does that do?
Indeed.
So when I said that I am ensuring our safety anywhere we go, really, as long as it's outside, this is hopefully a good way to do it. So let's bring this up if I can.
Make sure you do it away from the oasis if possible. We don't wanna
Yes,
disturb
it
the
will
Nagas.
be. It will be much further away.
Mhm.
Cast Scalder's Tower.
Oh, very cool.
And
Holy shit.
I will make
Nice.
both. So essentially, this just produces a 2-story tower for us. I will make it out of. I think stone is okay. I think stone will be quite helpful for us right now. And
fair.
I will make. I think each story a bedroom. I think we're okay because we have the oasis right outside, right? So I think we're pretty safe.
Yep.
But it should fit all of us. I think it might be a little bit cramped, but it should fit all of us in there. Our 4 party members plus 2, right? I think we're good there. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. I would assume so.
Yeah.
I think
100 foot square or 100 square feet. Yeah.
I think everyone just watches and wonder.
Where?
Would
Okay,
you
is
look
this
at
is a
that?
5th edition spell?
It was one of the newer ones released. Yeah, I think.
Holy fuck!
I
I
love
want to
it.
use that so badly on my other character now.
Yeah,
What
I
the
love
hell?
it. It's one of my favorites.
That's one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. What?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like it creates basically like a 2-room
A 2-story
tower.
tower.
Yeah.
This is so cute.
This giant tower erupts out of the ground, seemingly.
It's about 20 feet tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty-
Yeah, it basically creates a little cottage.
Mhm.
The stone
That is
tower
so
too. It's
cute.
like a fortified concept. It's wow.
The problem is if anyone casts Dispel Magic, it just disappears. So it's like,
The Naga kind of go back at that, right, when they see this thing erupting on the ground. But once it's done, they're just kind of interested in it. They look at it, marvel.
This is amazing. This is real cool. Harvey, you're a real cool dude. I think we still need watches over the night, so I'll take the first watch and last watch if we're taking
I'll take the
watches.
other one. I'll take a watch.
Let's just rest up in here, away from the heat a little bit, and figure out what we're gonna do for food and things for the morrow.
Yeah.
And I will also get to work setting up an alarm spell around the tower. I'll say on the. I want to try and do all the way around the tower. I don't know how far alarm can go though. Would I just need to do like the doorway? I guess.
Yeah, I think
Like the
so.
gate?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that then.
Okay. Perfect.
Before we do watches as well and anything else, could I perhaps ask the Naga if I can fish in their lake?
I don't think there's gonna be any fish in there, is there?
Well, you never know.
All right.
Well, they have to eat something.
Feel free to ask, and so they say, "Oh no, I'm afraid there is no fish, but you're welcome to drink, swim if you like. Wonderful water, water, unlike any other." They say.
Unlike any other water. Well, I believe since you two are here, enjoying a good time, creating a sanctuary here, I believe it is perfectly fine, perfectly safe, and he's gonna collect water from the canteens. Would you happen to know, my name's Draxus. Don't know about your two folks' names, but he's gonna treat them like people. They're being nice, and they speak the same language, so Draxus is gonna go, so do you know where I can find maybe something to hunt for our people here? We're on a long journey. It's another few days more before we get to where we need to get going. Just wondering if you've seen a creature or two that I could probably take down and bring back.
Right. Okay. So when you introduce yourself, the one that's speaking says, "I am Kishkata. This is Parsa." And
Write that down. Write that down.
I am writing it down. Don't worry.
And it says, "There are wild beasts on the land. You'd want to find something suitable for your size. very easy
Yeah.
to become the predator, or the prey, rather than the predator. But I
You're
know
absolutely right.
of a cave not far from here.
Hmm. We're headed northwards towards the big rocks, the mountains that came out from the ground. We're headed north that way. Is that cave on the path going down that way?
Not far from it, yes.
All right, all right, all right. Is it all right if I ask you the same question in the morning?
Of course. Of course.
Thank you kindly, Kishkata. Mighty pleased to be your neighbor for the evening.
And it was a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, definitely. Oh, and one more question. What kind of creatures are they, like rabbits, like fluffy things with ears? Or are they like other kind of creatures? Like, what are we looking at for food? Like deer or something?
Small,
Hmm.
furry.
Small and furry. Okay.
He doesn't have hands, so I wouldn't make that. Furry.
Okay. Furry. Small. Obviously smaller than you, obviously, but is it also smaller than me?
He nods.
Okay, great. Okay. Small and furry. Got it. I will let my people know. Good talk. And Draxus will go back and relay the information. So our snake neighbors, the Naga neighbors that we have here, their names are Kishkata and Parsa. And
Good
they
to
know
know.
about a cave. Yeah. They know about a cave where there's small and furry creatures that inhabit it, kind of north towards where we're headed. That they could probably tell us about. That we could probably get some more food from.
Good to know. Let's keep that in mind then.
Yep.
Good chance we're going to have to use it.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna take first watch or last watch, whichever you two are not doing, and we'll get on with it for the tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh,
The night will go on peacefully, and I think we're gonna kind of do this last piece and wrap up here. The next morning, you find that everything is exactly as it was left. The two Naga remain by the water, swimming in it, kind of just very docile and relaxed in the process. What do you all want to do as you wake up?
I say good morning to them and stretch and do my morning stretches.
Yeah. I want to check on again Veront and Chrisia, make sure they're doing okay and ready for the next day's travel.
Okay. Chrisia just kind of she looks lost, but she's it's almost like someone who's gone through shock recently. They're just kind of staring forward, very quiet, hasn't really participated much in the conversation. Anything else? Anything else y'all needed before you get going? I think the Naga would like to see you off if you're gonna start on the road again.
Yeah, we'll go chat with
That
them
works.
real quick.
we can definitely do that. And Veranta's doing okay per Arvish's question.
Verant is like sleeping in a tower seemed to change his mood. He's a little
Yeah.
bit more chipper, Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I love it.
Just
Listen,
making
no
sure.
one wants to sleep on the floor, right?
Right.
No one wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you're out at now that you're looking at the desert sand again, he kind of slumps a bit, like, oh, here we go, using my own feet again, right? The Naga turned to you all. I hope you have everything you need, they say.
I believe we do. And once again, thank you for allowing us to use the Oasis.
It is our gift. It smiles. It's almost like a weird, it's can't tell if it's a smile or if it's,
It's a
yeah.
the gesture is appreciated.
Yeah.
Regardless.
All right.
I
With-
nod my head and do the face thing one more time in the water and blow bubbles
Okay.
and wish them a great day.
Okay. Perfect. So you're you kind of like dip your head in the water, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me like a just a
Ooh.
just give me like a wisdom check, I guess, for now.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Okay, a 20.
Honey? The properties of the water just seem to be very relaxing. You come back out and you feel good. Like it just feels great. Like you just went through a day of being in the spa. It's very comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. I like this water, you guys.
Hmm.
Great.
I'm gonna mark that. I'm gonna take a mental note of that.
We
Travel
filled up.
safe.
Oh,
Says.
alrighty.
They don't seem to move. They just seem to kind of hang out, and they'll watch you if you're leaving.
Mhm.
Thank you, Master Kishkata and Parsa. Thanks so much for today. We feel very relaxed and well rested.
They smile. Okay.
Water is really good.
What do you mean it's very good?
It's just good. It's just good water. You know, good water is good for your health, good for your bones. I'm gonna do another survival check just to make sure that I'm not completely off my rocker.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrate or dehydrate?
Yeah. Seems legit.
That's not great. That's not a good one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. With that, they'll leave you be. They're going to kind of just watch as you exit. As we close up for the night, just in a brief aside, you see the picture of what looks like a half orc standing in the tavern. You hear a woman's voice. She says, "Immediately."
Huh?
You see him looking down on a series of sketches. You see all of your visages: Syndra, Jai, Arvij, Draxos.
We saw
Queen.
this in a dream.
No, this is just a bit of a player aside. I'm just giving you this for a moment.
Oh,
Ah, this is a
Uh-oh.
cutscene. This is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
this is the
Cutscene.
audience
Oh, no.
cutscene. Gotcha.
Cutscene to close. Yeah, close the
Oh,
night.
no.
All right.
And he nods. Consider it done. I expect half payment and half when I return with their heads. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up for the night.
He can
Hey.
most certainly fucking try.
Yes. Had a feeling. I had a feeling. Okay.
Right. And
That must
so,
have been the queen. That's got to be the queen. The queen did not expect us to live. Legitimately, I feel like that's
I
what's going to
think-
happen.
I think she didn't expect a very specific person to live. Maybe not us, but I feel like we may be traveling with someone that should have died.
Me too. I believe that as well.
I'm also really glad we did not go back to the city. I
Yeah.
am very glad we did not go back to the
Yeah.
city.
So just
Same.
just to recap, half orc sitting in the tavern, woman saying immediately. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a very good idea that we did not go back to the city.
Yeah. Else we'd be like, what the hell?
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and call it quits for this episode. We'll be back. I did want to note for you all, I am away next week, so next week will be a no-go for me. I will be
All right.
probably very hungover on the 18th. So
Understood.
I took off all my work so that I could enjoy St.
Oh,
Patrick's Day. So I will be back
let's
the
go.
week after. Yeah, be back the week after with a game. So we're gonna take one week hiatus and be back. Thanks
Fair
for
enough.
playing, guys. Great work. It was fun. You guys are awesome. So we'll see you next
You're
time.
awesome too.
You're awesome as well.
Bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.